Good morning. It's day 2 on the Trans Catalina Trail. It's December 28th, and we just climbed up a little bit out of Black Jack Campground. We're going a couple miles to Airport in the Sky, which has a restaurant, and we can see the sun today. It's still very foggy, and I guess it's supposed to be overcast today again, but it's not actively misting on us anymore. And it's brighter, and tomorrow the weather says that it's going to be mostly sunny, so hopefully we'll be able to dry our gear out. So we're going to carry on to Little Harbor, which is 8 miles from here, and we're getting started at about 8:30 a.m. We can actually start to see more stuff now, which is nice. So that's why you go hiking, right? To see cool stuff. It's not as fun when it's all covered up. All right, we made it up to the Airport in the Sky. It was very disorienting to get up here because you can't see that much ahead of you. So now we're trying to find where the restaurant is. We found it. Hi, Kit Kat. All right, we are leaving this wonderful stop at Airport in the Sky. It was so nice. They had a fire going, so I stood in front of that to get warmed up. We each had a breakfast sandwich and a Coke and a giant cookie, which I ate some of mine but took the rest to go. Aaron got a Gatorade, and now we are headed to Little Harbor. We have 6 miles and a lot of descent, so just a little bit more ascent total. Mostly we're going to be going down all the way to ocean level, so hopefully let me turn you around. Hopefully we'll be out of this fog, and I mean, we're going to be camping right next to the ocean, so we'll at least be able to see the ocean today, which we haven't been able to see since we left Avalon. We saw a group of hikers that were at the campground last night, and they're going to be at Little Harbor, and they got some firewood, so if they get a fire going, we might try to join them later. So yeah, it's actually kind of warm outside. I mean, it's not cold. We'll see what the rest of the day brings us. Look, blue sky, a tiny little bit. I trust the sun will come and dry us out. We have our first view of the ocean and a little bit of blue sky. Right now we're working on this big wide road. The Trans Catalina Trail is kind of a mix of these dirt roads, old fire roads, and trail. And I feel like it'd be actually pretty easy to bail off this trail if you needed to for an injury or something, because there are a lot of access points of how a vehicle could get to you. But we're so excited that the sun is starting to burn off some of these clouds, and we're finally getting some views. So this is our first view of Little Harbor, and we're gonna go all the way to the top of this before the descent and lay the tent out, try to dry it out while we have some glorious sun. The tent drying has commenced. We've got some gummies and water, and we're only a couple miles to camp, and we can see it. What a great day.
What?
All right, we are on our way to Little Harbor. It's about 2 o'clock, and we have a little over 2 miles to get down there. We found some of the bison herd. Have to zoom in a lot to see them, but pretty cool. All right, we made it to Little Harbor. The water is right over there, and we are in Site 1, which is a tiny little bit down the campground road. It's pretty private over here, though. There's kind of like a central grassy area that has most of the sites, but ours is kind of more off to the side. I mean, we're a little bit further away from the water, but there's definitely more privacy here. It is a little before 3:30, and I'll probably go walk down, check out the water in the morning instead of now, because by the time we get all this stuff in the tent and try to cook some food, it'll be dark. But we only have, I think, 5 miles tomorrow. Hard miles, but we don't have to leave like first thing in the morning. And there is a raven squawking right on this tree. And he's not happy that we're here, I guess. I don't know. This is his little property. And they have porta potties over there. That's how they do the bathrooms here. But all the sites are enormous. I mean, we have this canopy thing that has 2 picnic tables under it. There's a 3rd picnic table over there. Some people had firewood delivered. We didn't do that. But it's a really nice campsite. We didn't realize that there's some camping areas on either side of it from the road where you can bring RVs. So it definitely doesn't have that like remote feel. We'll probably get that at Parsons Landing, but it has been such a good day with the sun coming out, and the trail was really nice today. Okay, Mr. Raven. Made it just in time for the sunset. Wow, I made it just in time for the sunset. I wasn't going to walk down there, but the colors look so beautiful from our campsite that I made the walk. And I'm actually glad I did, because my knee was kind of bothering me after that descent, and walking around on it is actually helping. So I'm gonna head back to the campsite and get snuggled in my tent, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, one more thing. I started walking down this road back to our site, and there's a bison. Just one guy all by himself, but he is basically across the road from our site, just wandering around. All right, dude. Have a good night.